Okay, I think we are live on LinkedIn and YouTube. Hi everyone, this is Aditya Sharma. I'll be your host for today's session. Uh, if you are online, please let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. If you can see me absolutely fine, just let me know in the chat box. In the meantime, I'll take a quick look at the LinkedIn and YouTube to ensure that I'm live there. Okay, but if you can quickly confirm me, that would be super helpful. Okay, so I'll double check quickly on my LinkedIn. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think I can see myself live on LinkedIn, which is great. Okay, if you can let me know in the comments box if you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Neelam, for confirming. And guys, if let's start with a quick introduction. Hi, Kushi. Um, let's start with a quick introduction we can start with our current locations. So I'm currently based out of Miami, Florida, and here I've entered my location in the chat box for everyone. Let me know where are you guys located, and then we can take it. We'll take it from there. Okay, thanks for confirming. Hi, Bibu Ranjan. Hi, Akshita. Hey, Moses. Hey, Anubhav. Okay, so people are dialing in from Indiana. Okay, Akshita is from Indiana. Indra from Buffalo, New York. Dallas, Texas. Okay. Punjab, India. Kolkata. Okay. Neelam from Rajasthan. Okay. We have someone from South Africa as well. Okay. Charleston, Illinois. Cool. Another one from South Africa. Great. Anubhav from Delhi NCR. Okay, cool. This is helpful. And we also have um Pradipti from Canada. Okay, okay, cool. So mostly we have people from India, US, Canada, and South Africa today. Okay, guys, if you can quickly take a moment and let me know if you are currently an entry level candidate, like if you're a student about to graduate, so just say like entry level, or if you're an experienced candidate with a few years of experience, right? We are going to review resumes, so I want to make sure that we cover and include both type of candidates and the right mix for everyone. So if you can just let me know in the chat box whether entry level candidate or a full time candidate or like an experienced candidate, that would be very very helpful. Okay, we have Pratish from Dublin, Ireland. Cool. Aditya from US. Cool. Anubhav says entry level, entry level. Okay. Manas says entry level. Okay. Okay. Indra says experience. So Indra, let me know uh, do you have like a relevant experience? What job role are you targeting, and how many years of relevant experience you have? Okay. Valentina says entry level. Okay. Pratish is an experienced, Moses is an experienced candidate. So when we say like experienced candidates, we can include both type of candidate. One that has like experience in some other category, and the one that has a relevant experience. So for example, if you're targeting a data scientist role and you have a relevant 5 years of data scientist experience, right? So you can say like relevant experienced or like uh, irrelevant experience so that we can get to know. Okay, but most of the people, I would say 70% people are like entry level people. What about having Indian experience and pursuing masters in other country? Yeah, that counts as an experience. If your experience is like relevant, Pradipti, for example, if you worked in India as a data scientist for 3 years, now you're pursuing the masters in data science. I would count that as a relevant experience candidates. Okay. My CV never got selected. Applied to so many jobs. Definitely, that's why we are here. Experience 5 years of data analyst experience. I'm targeting data analyst and data scientist job role. Relevant experience. I have 3 months. Okay. 3 months as intern. Okay. Relevant experience. I only have 3 months as an intern. Okay. So that's a good point for everyone to know. So whenever we say that, oh, I'm an experienced candidate or like I have a relevant experience, uh, anything less than 2 years is not counted as like experience. Okay, so consider yourself as an relevant experience candidate category only if you have like 2 or more years of work experience. Okay. Okay, what about entry level in data analytics? Yeah, we'll talk about it, Helen. Okay. Relevant experience on 8 months. Okay, cool. So we're mostly like entry level and some people with some experience, but nobody is like super experienced, like with 5 years. I mean, I can see like few people with 5 years of experience, like Aditya Pillai. Okay, cool. So we'll try to cover like all three different category of candidates. Okay, and hopefully the objective is that um, you take some tangible learning from this session, implement it in your resume and your LinkedIn profile, and get some good results out of it. Okay, that is the objective. So, let me give me 1 second. Let me pull up a few documents which might be helpful for you. 1 second. Mhm. Okay, yep, I found that. Hmm. So I think this would be helpful. Okay, cool. So thanks everyone. First of all, taking your time to come to this session for your interest. And those who are connected with me on my email IDs, I can see a lot of people. Um, Moses Das, a lot of of you are already connected with me on my email. Those who are not, I'll reach out to you with a quick email after the session and we can get connected over there. But one thing that you can certainly do is to join the Discord community that we have. I think a lot of you are in the Discord community, but if you are not, you can join this Discord community. We have about 5,000 people who are in data science category, and we share very relevant, good information over time so that you can always get benefit from it. So I'm sharing link in the chat box for everyone. You can join Discord community for, okay, and you'll also find a lot of working professionals over there. We do live projects, so we solve them over there, and some good information. Okay, so I would highly recommend you to join the Discord community. I've shared link in the chat box. Once you join, so click on it and join the community. And yeah, once you join it, just let me know in the chat box so that we can move forward. Just write like I have joined or joined something. Okay. By the way, who else is already in the Discord community? You can just simply like say I am or whatever. And also let me know, guys, that what What are your current challenges apart from uh, say not getting interview calls, or where exactly you need more help, where exactly you need more content or more guidance? We can start providing you content relevant to that. Okay, or maybe resources, right resources relevant to your current struggles and needs. Okay, if you've already joined the Discord community, just let me know really quick in the chat box and then we'll move forward. Okay, Valentina confirmed. I'm already in the Discord community. Pratish says, is there any chance to get my resume review? Definitely, someone will just get started in a few minutes. And by the way, guys, anyone who wants to get their resume reviewed, upload your resume in a Google Drive and share a public link with me here in the chat box, and I'll start picking up resumes uh, just in a few minutes, and we'll go through those resumes. Okay, so you can share your resume public Google Drive link. Okay, last time when we did it, a lot of people shared a link that was not public. Okay, and then I had to request it and it was taking time. So just when you go to share, at the bottom there is an option called view, and then anyone can view it or anyone can edit it. Just select that option and share that Google Drive link with me. Okay, so start sharing your resume link, guys. We'll pick your resume in a few minutes and we'll get started from there. Okay. Okay, cool. So we'll get started with your resume. So take your time for the next 5 minutes uh, and upload your resume link. Mohammed says resume link not working properly. Resend the Discord link. Okay, let me resend the Discord link for everyone. Guys, simply upload your resume on Google Drive and share the link here, right? And then we'll go and we'll pick resumes one by one. Okay, in the meantime, guys, let me, those who are new here and do not know me, we are here for the first time, let me give you a quick introduction of myself and a quick introduction of High Counselor as well, so that if you need any of the help from High Counselor, you know already about us. Okay, so I'll give you a quick introduction of myself and a quick introduction of High Counselor, and then we'll jump on to start reviewing resumes. Okay, so I'll share my screen really quick. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now. Let me double check. Cool, so you're able to see my screen now. Cool. So, guys, a little bit about me before we jump into High Counselor. So, I've done my BTech from NIT Jalandhar back in India in 2012. So, it's been a very, very long time. After that, I worked in India for about 2 years at Ericsson. It's a telecom company. And then in 2015, I moved to the US to pursue my master's degree from Duke University. It's in Durham, North Carolina. Anyone from Durham, North Carolina? Or from North Carolina, let me know in the chat box. So I did my master's from Duke, and after graduating from Duke, I landed my first job at PricewaterhouseCoopers. I had two job offers when I graduated. One at PwC, another one at Deloitte. I chose PwC at that time, so started my career in Chicago at PwC uh, in 2015. Worked there for about a year, and then in 2016, I moved to Deloitte Consulting in San Francisco and worked there as a senior tech consultant in their data analytics and Salesforce department, where I got the opportunity to work on a lot of data science, data migration, data integration projects. Worked on a lot of projects where we moved legacy platforms to cloud Salesforce based system, and that's where I got the opportunity to work on real data projects. uh, and great experience working at PwC and Deloitte. Those of you who are not aware of PwC and Deloitte, they're top two in Big Four consulting firms. So if you want to build career in data science, data analytics, software engineering domain, PwC and Deloitte could be great career options to get started with. Also, during my time at Deloitte, I was part of the recruitment team, and I helped Deloitte hire a lot of entry level candidates in data science, software engineering, and Salesforce domain. I also visited a lot of universities. I have visited about 30 universities on behalf of Deloitte, and interviewed a lot of entry level candidates and helped them get a job at Deloitte. Okay. And after working with Deloitte for about 3.5 years in 2020, I decided to leave my job from Deloitte and launch High Counselor because I realized that I could help a lot of people uh, get started their career at great companies, and I can help them with interview preparation. I can help them with getting more interview opportunities, mentoring them in the right way. That's where in 2020 I started High Counselor. And I started High Counselor with my friend Rani Haroon. He is MBA from Kellogg School. We started it in 2020, helped three candidates find a job, and that's how our journey started. And we have helped more than 800 candidates. This slide is not updated. We have helped more than 800 candidates find a job in the US. And in this journey, we raised about $2 million from VCs in Silicon Valley, from edtech entrepreneurs and some of the corporates like Deloitte, Wipro, and a few other companies. Okay. Now, what do we do at High Counselor? Let me give you a quick overview, uh, and it might be helpful for you, and you may need it. So, the when I started High Counselor, I found that most of the entry level candidates, especially this is for entry level candidates with like less than 2 years of work experience, they struggle to land a job because of three major reasons. First is people lack hands on work experience. A lot of candidates that I meet, they have no work experience, they have no internship, they have no relevant good projects, right? And that's where they struggle to land a job. People do not know how to land interview opportunities. People know only one way of finding a job, that is to go online and apply, but that is just not the one way. Okay. uh, and even when candidates land a job, they are not fully prepared to crack that interview call. So, to solve all these problems, we started High Counselor. We launched it, and my objective of launching High Counselor was never to create it like a staffing company. So, we are not a staffing company. Do not confuse us with that. Our job is to help you prepare better for interview so that you can crack those interviews. So, we provide you upskilling courses. We provide you industry professionals that you can connect one on one and get direct mentorship. We provide you relevant projects and remote internships so that you can get hands on work experience. We help you fix your LinkedIn profile, fix your resume. That's what we are going to talk about. And then when you're ready to get interview calls, we help you match with the right jobs. We help you with job application. We literally provide you a team that apply to jobs on your behalf. We provide you a tool that automates the job application process. We help you with email networking. We strongly believe in networking through emails and getting referrals. And we also introduce you to working professionals in our network who can refer you at their companies. Okay. Now, this end to end job search support is only available for people who are located in the US. If you are outside of the US, this end to end program is not available for you right now. Okay. I'll let you know how we can help people who are outside of the US. So have patience for that. But for people who are physically located in the US, we provide you all the support. Cool. And we help only people who are targeting jobs in two categories. One is software engineering, and another is data science. So any role in software engineering like front end, back end, full stack developer, or any role in data science like data analyst, data scientist, AI/ML engineer, data engineer, we should be able to help you out. Now, we work on success based payment. That means there is no upfront payment if you are currently unemployed, and you only pay once you land a job. Once you land a job, then you pay $15,000 in monthly installments. Okay. So that makes easy for candidates to join us and pay once they land a job and receive at least 1 month of salary. Okay. Two very important things for this. The first week of our program, so you can join our program, see how it works for 1 week, and if it works for you, you can continue. If it doesn't work for you, it's a free trial, you can leave it. Okay. And as I said, it's only for the people who are located in the US. Okay. Another very important point is that this $0 upfront payment is for people with some relevant work experience. People who do not have any work experience has a little upfront payment fee. Okay. Uh, so yeah, as I said, that we help you with everything related to your resume, your LinkedIn, your interview prep, your job application, email networking, remote opportunities, job fair, right? And if you get layoff, we support you there as well. Uh, if you can go to our website highcounselor.com/review and see a lot of detailed interviews of our alumni, that will also help you understand how they landed a job. Okay. That will also tell you some of the strategies that they utilized. For example, recently I was talking to one of the candidates. He landed a job as a data scientist at Microsoft, and he explained the entire interview process, questions he encountered, what strategies worked for him to get interview calls. So these detailed interviews or their discussion with them would really help you understand their journey, and you can implement those learning in your job search journey. Okay. If you are in the US and you want to join High Counselor for your job search process, you can simply apply. So go to our website, highcounselor.com. There is a button called Apply to Upcoming Cohort. Simply click on it, click on Start Application, fill out this application, and we will review your application and get back to you within 24 to 48 hours with a decision. If you're a right fit for our program, we'll certainly accept you. If we are unable to accept you, please accept that we may not be a right fit for you, or uh, our spots are filled right now. Okay. Our next cohort starts on 6th of January, which is next Monday. Okay, cool. Now, for those who are outside of the US, right? Suppose, as we saw, that there are people from Canada, India, South Africa. We certainly want to help you in your job search. And for that purpose, you can go to our website, project101.ai, which is our High Counselor platform with real world projects. And we are providing live training so that you can complete 3 real world projects in 3 weeks along with a mentor. So we have a mentor, Kunal Nayak. He works as a data scientist at Dell. He will help you complete 3 projects in 3 weeks, one-on-one hand holding, so that you can add these projects to your resume, to your LinkedIn profile. And the next batch starts on January 6th. Okay, there are limited 30 seats. So simply you can go to project101.ai, and there is a live training at the top. Simply go here and you can join Kunal Nayak's data analyst or data scientist 3-week live training program over here. And I would say that this is going to be extremely helpful for those who do not have any work experience, because that is the major challenge, right? People do not have relevant project, they do not have hands-on work experience, and we noticed that 95% of candidates, they were never able to complete even a single task in a project, which is very disappointing, right? And that's where we came up with this training program where Kunal actually teaches you how to do real world data science projects step by step manner. Okay. So that's a lot of information, but I hope it was helpful for you. If you have any questions related to any of the information that I provided you, feel free to put that in the chat box, and let's get started with our resume reviews now. Okay, cool. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, let's see. Let me put it here in the banner so that you guys know. US candidates. For US candidates, it is this thing, and for project101.ai live training is for it's for both US and outside candidates, both US and outside candidates. Okay, so let me put here. Okay, so I hope it's visible. So if you are currently in the US, you need end-to-end job search help, you can go to highcounselor.com and there apply. Or if you are if you're outside of the US, or even you are in the US and you want to get 3 week live training on with a mentor on 3 data science projects, you can go to project101.ai. Okay, let's pick resumes, guys. If you want to get your resume reviewed, please add your resume link in the chat box, as some of you have already added. I'll pick resumes, will provide you real-time guidance and hopefully some very, very meaningful information that you can implement. The idea is to give you tangible information, okay? And we'll take it from there. Cool. And feel free to put any question, okay, related to the details that I explained. Okay, cool. Let's go. Okay, so let's take resume of Akshita. Okay, so Akshita, I'll pick your resume. Da, da, da. And guys, here the objective is not to criticize anyone or to put anyone in the bad light, saying that, oh, you have not done this thing right or anything, right? The objective is to provide a common learning for everyone. Okay, so that although we are reviewing, say, Akshita's resume, and we'll review other candidates' resumes as well, but whatever uh, areas of improvements that we point out, it's not personal. The idea is that everyone learn from it, everyone implement in their resume, okay, and you get better opportunities when you apply to job positions, right, or when you network. Okay, so nothing personal. It's an absolutely open and unbiased feedback so that everyone can benefit. Okay, cool. Let me share my screen and we'll take it from there. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now. Okay, guys, can you just let me know in the chat box that you can see my screen and you can see Akshita's resume, so that we can take it from there. If you can quickly let me know, I can see or we can see whatever it is. That would be helpful. I'm waiting for you guys to quickly let me know that you can see Akshita's resume on screen now. If you guys can please confirm. Okay, I can see a few thumbs up. Cool. Okay, so Akshita's resume, let's see. So first thing, let's start with the first few good things, okay? Uh, let's first review Akshita's overall profile, okay? We'll set her whether she is an entry-level candidate, whether she is an experienced candidate, uh, and then we'll take it from there. So she completed her BTech in 2021, and then in 2024 she completed her master's from Indiana University, Bloomington. By the way, that's a very good university, Akshita. I remember I have a friend who graduated from this in 2015, 16, so long back now. Okay, cool. So from her profile, it seems like she has 3 years of work experience, 21 to maybe or 2 years of work experience if she did a master's here. Let's see. And when it comes to experience, so I can see she has added experience at Kelly. She worked at Wipro, okay, for 2 years, so which was clear. And then she's added some academic projects. Okay, so this is a resume for anyone who has about 2 to 3 years of work experience back in India now, and is a recent graduate from a university in the US. Okay, so a few good things. Resume format is really, really good. Okay, so Akshita, this is a standard resume template. Uh, we never recommend a fancy resume template. This is a good one that you have followed, and I would highly recommend everyone to follow the same resume template. If you do not know where to find this resume template, you can find it on High Counselor website. Simply go to highcounselor.com. At the top on a resume builder, and you'll find the exact same template over here, as you can see. Okay, so it's the same resume template that we also recommend to people. Now, the first thing, starting from the top, Akshita, you never need to write willing to relocate. That is not going to help you out, and it is not standard as well. Start date is January 2025. It's already clear from your graduation date. Most of the recruiters and they know that you're graduating in this. So I would avoid writing this. Rather than I would add a portfolio link, right? You're targeting a data science related roles. If you're in the data science category, it is super important to have your portfolio link over here. Okay, so your portfolio link is missing. Another super important thing that is missing is your location. Your resume doesn't tell me whether you are located in the US or outside of the US. Make sure to add your location in a manner. Let me show it to you if I can. Da, da, da. Yeah, if you can see, right, we have written Dallas, Texas. So you need to write your location as well as either your GitHub link, or you can also create your portfolio of projects on project101.ai. Your location is super important because a lot of employers they directly reject your resume as soon as they see that your location is not mentioned over there. And ATS systems are trained in a manner that they simply track. Okay, they simply track a location over here, and if they do not see a location, they'll simply reject your resume. So make sure to add your location, remove this thing, and add your portfolio link. Super important. Okay, by the way guys, any one of you who's searching for a software engineering or a data science role, or even for a product manager role, if you do not have your portfolio of projects, you're in a bad shape, right? It's super important to show that okay, I've done these projects where where recruiters and hiring managers can actually see your code. Okay, Indiana University, and then this is good. I would say that you can remove uh, one of the activities over here. Even relevant courseworks are also not required when you are doing masters in a technical domain. Okay, but if you have real estate, I would put like 3 or 4 courses in one line, and I would save some of the real estate over here. Okay, it would be good if you can mention your entire duration, like when you started your degree and when you ended it, and the same is applicable for your master's degree, right? uh, and it will look something like this. Can you see? Your start date is this, your end date is this. Okay, because some of the degrees in some countries are 3 years, right? And some employers prefer 4 years of bachelor's or the technical degree. So it's not a very major issue, but people prefer to see your complete timeline. Okay, for example, when I looked at your resume, I was not very clear whether you had 2 years or 3 years of work experience. I assumed that you started your masters in 2024, but you may had but in reality you actually started it in I think August 2023. Okay, so put a timeline over here. It makes very easier for a recruiter or hiring manager to understand your journey. Okay, technical skills, data analysis, I would not write it as data analysis skills. Okay, these are uh, so uh, for example, your programming skills, you have written it well. I would write it them as data science skills, which is SQL, Python, R, Tableau, Power BI. This tool is agile software development life cycle, Scrum, Canvas. This is not a tool. Okay, when you write tool, you can write Power BI, you can write Excel over there, you can write Jira, but this is a functional skill. This is not a technical tool. Azure DevOps is not a tool. Visio is a tool. AWS is again not a tool. So if you want to write about Azure, AWS, which is your cloud skills, you can write like other skills and then write AWS, Azure over there. But under tools, Visio, RPA would come in, or you can write data visualization tool. Okay, so in summary, this section should be 4 bullet points. One is the data science skills, where you write about SQL, Python, R, or Excel. Okay, programming is good. Third one is could be tools, where you write all the tools. I would remove all these functional skills, and if you want to uh, put in other skills like your DevOps skills or your cloud skills, write it as other skills. Okay, Now, coming to your experience part. Okay, so you worked at Kelly Hope Digital Project as an intern, and you've mentioned your experience over here. Da, da, da. Okay, let me go through this really quick. Okay, now very important point, Akshita, and for everyone to understand here is, when I worked with Deloitte, and I uh, every time I used to receive a resume of a candidate for a one-on-one interview, or even for a phone interview. Uh, and if this is an experienced candidate, my entire focus was on that 2 or 3 years of full-time work experience that this person had, and that was a selling point. So Akshita, the biggest selling point for you is your work experience at Wipro, because this is the only real work experience that you have, the full-time work experience that recruiters and hiring managers care about. Anything apart from this is good, but this is like your main selling point. I would write 6 to 7 bullet points, and I would cover every single technical skill that is required, or a functional skill that is required for your target role. Suppose your target role is data analyst, then I would focus on SQL, Python, data visualization, little bit of Excel, and if you can also mention about some generative AI tools. Definitely in projects, not in Wipro, because then generative AI did not exist. So this should not be 3 4 bullet point. This should be 6 or 7 bullet points, and your first focus of your resume should be on this thing. But currently in your resume, what you're saying is that you have interned for 3 months, and you have written 4 bullet points. You have worked for 2 complete years, and you've still written 4 bullet points. That is not fair. You should write more experience and sell over here. Okay, let me see if I can try to show you something similar. Da, da, da. Let me show you something which would make a lot of sense to you. Okay, so when I worked with PwC for 1 year in 2015 to 2016, and then I wanted to change my job, right? And I after working for that 1 year, my entire LinkedIn profile focus, can you see, I wrote about 7 8 bullet points over here under my PwC experience, when I worked there only for 1 year, because it was a full-time work experience. And then I landed 8 job offers, right? And after that, definitely I never searched for a job after Deloitte, so I did not write much experience over here. But when I searched a job while working at PwC, my entire selling point was working at PwC, and that's where I wrote a lot about working at PwC. The same thing is applicable for you, Akshita. Working at Wipro, like, write as much about your target job role, the relevant work that you have done under Wipro. This will sell you, and not this 3 months of internship. Okay, and this should be the focus of your resume. Now, another important point, guys, and it is for everyone. I can see one thing clearly missing in this resume. The sentence structure has to be right. Okay, at some of the points, Akshita, you have implemented it well, but at some of the places it is missing. Let me show you what that sentence structure should look like. Okay, your resume, every sentence in your resume, or I would say 70 to 80% sentences in your resume, must follow the structure. And the structure is: what was the task, how did you perform it, and what was the quantifiable outcome. Okay, so for example, your sentence could be: built an ARIMA regression model to identify maintenance need for energy generation equipment. This was the task. How did you perform it? Using sensor data and modeling tools. What was the quantifiable outcome? You saved companies $200,000 in potential losses to unexpected equipment failures. All three things should be there. If you are writing that I developed an e-commerce app using Java, it's a bad way to explain your experience. Okay, this is how your experiences should be mentioned. And these are some bad examples of writing your experience in resume, like built an ERIMA regression model using sensor data. Compare this sentence and this sentence. Again, there is another example. What was the task? Created payment processing system to replace client's original platform. How did you perform it? Using Stripe and PayPal. What was the quantifiable outcome? It resulted in 40% processing time and 15% scalability improvement. In a bad way, this sentence could have been written like created payment processing system using Stripe and PayPal. So same thing, Akshita, you have done it well at some places, but at some places it need to be improved. Okay. So I think at a high level, uh, improve your sentence structure. Now, one very improve your technical sections area, right? And this part as well. Now, one very important point, that is your resume covering required skills for your target job role. Now, let's assume, Akshita, I'm just assuming that you're targeting a data analyst job role. Okay. If you're targeting a data analyst job role, I want to see SQL a few times in your experiences right in the first 50% of your resume. I do not see SQL anywhere over here. And again, Akshita, I'm assuming that you're targeting a data analyst job role because you have significantly focused here that you are in data analyst. Okay. I do not see any SQL keyword over here. Okay. No matter what, I want to see that you analyzed a data and utilized SQL queries or wrote SQL queries to identify some business insights on it. First time I see SQL, that is over here, but it's not done in the right way. It said led the design and development of 20. Akshita, why don't you let me know what is your target job role? Can you quickly write in the chat box? Okay, let's also see if people have other questions. So Akshita, please let me know what job role are you targeting? Okay, is it data analyst? Is it data scientist? Is this anything else? That would be really helpful, guys. Okay, in the meantime, guys, if you want to see relevant keywords for your target job role, simply go to highcounselor.com. Not this one for you, but simply go to highcounselor.com, go to resume, and then scan your resume option. Okay, when you go to scan your resume option, here you can select a job role, say data analyst, and you'll find all the keywords that needs to be in your resume. So for a data analyst job role, you need to have Python and SQL. You need to have statistical analysis tool like R and SAS. You need to have keywords related to tools like Excel, Microsoft Office, Snowflake, Oracle. You need to have keywords related to data visualization like Tableau and Power BI, related to data processing like data analysis, visualization, analytics, modeling, data entry, data mining, all these too. Okay, again, you cannot have like all these keywords, but it is good that if you have about say 70 to 80% of your keywords. So let me upload Akshita's resume. Not this one. Okay, let me upload content from Akshita's experience and academic project section into the tool. Okay, so I've picked Akshita's experience from here. I'm in the tool. I pasted her entire experience and I'm scanning her resume. And Akshita, we can clearly see which keywords you have and which you don't have. Your matching score is 64% right now, which is relatively less. As I said, your score should be above 80%. Okay, we can see you have used SQL 2 times here, you've used Python 1 time here. If you're targeting a data analyst role, let's see if you have written what role you're targeting. Data analyst. Okay, Akshita is targeting a data analyst role. So Akshita, Python, SQL, Tableau, Power BI, or data visualization, data analysis, these keywords must be there. Let's see. You've written R, you have not written Excel at all. Okay. You have written Tableau two times there. You have not written about data analysis. You have not written about data analytics, modeling, data entry, data mining, da, 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 a lot of keywords, statistics, business intelligence. All these keywords are missing in your resume. Okay. Also, I noticed that in your resume you have used SQL two times. But let's go to your resume. Okay. When I look at your resume, the first time you have used SQL over here. Okay, but let me tell you that this is not the right way to use SQL for a data analyst job role resume. Why? Because you have written over here, led the design and development of 20 plus features by converting user stories into technical solution using .NET C Sharp and SQL, driving 80% increase in sprint efficiency. Here you're telling that you have used SQL in development part. If you're targeting a data analyst role, you need to use SQL in a manner that says that you have utilized SQL to analyze some data and draw some business insights out of it. That's when recruiters and hiring managers would like to invite you for interview. Okay. Another important point for you, Akshita, if when you're targeting a data analyst job role, your previous job titles or your internship titles should be related to that. It would help you. I mean, if you don't have it, then you should not certainly fake it. But if you can tweak it in a manner that you can write uh, consulting intern in bracket data analyst, and then write one sentence here that analyze 100,000 rows of data using C and wrote SQL queries for it, whatever, blah blah blah. That's when you catch recruiters or ATS attention and your resume will be shortlisted. Okay, let's see how you have utilized SQL for the second time in your resume. Da-da-da, give me 1 second. Why it's not picking up? Okay, find in document SQL. So look, Akshita, you have used SQL one time over here, which is under technical skills. Very important. When an ATS system is going to analyze your resume, it is not going to consider keywords written under this section. It is only going to consider keywords written under experience and academic project section. So you have utilized SQL over here, which is in not in the way a data analyst candidate should write. Second, boosted system performance by optimizing SQL database queries, achieving 20% efficiency. This one is right. This one is right. Okay. So, write SQL related experience more in your projects, because in none of your academic projects, in none of your internship projects, we can see that you have utilized SQL. Super important. Okay. That's how, guys, you need to see what keywords are required, and can you also add those keywords in a right way that shows that you have done some work related to it in your journey. I hope, Akshita, that was helpful, and these titles are super important, guys. Can Akshita, you can make it like, okay, you are a product developer, or maybe, I don't think product developer is any title at Wipro. I don't think so that's a title. But if it was your title, look, when I'm looking at your resume, it is not telling me 100% that you are an aspiring data analyst. This line tells me that you are an aspiring data analyst. Your degree tells me that you're a data analyst, but your internship experience, your past work experience, but your project experience are not clearly telling me that you're a data analyst candidate. Okay. Another important thing to understand, I can see that you have also mentioned a little bit side of data scientist. When you're targeting a data analyst job role, your resume should be about data analyst job role and not data scientist. Okay. Because when I have to hire a data analyst, I want to see only skills and projects related to data analysts. A little bit of data scientist thing is okay, but not a lot. Okay. But I hope Akshita and everyone else who's targeting a data analyst, data scientist, or like, have got some idea on how your resume should be. At a high level, you need to have the right keywords coming up frequently in your resume. Those keywords should be written in the right manner. Okay, that example of a SQL is a very good situation in which we are using the right keyword, but that is not portraying what we have done related to data analyst. Third, as I said, portfolio is super important. Your location is super important. Job titles are super important. If when an ATS system is going to review a resume for a data analyst role, ATS system would like to see if you have worked as a data analyst in the past. If there is a keyword related to that in your job title, boom, you will get the interview invite. Okay, cool. Let's move on to the next resume, or let's see if you guys have added a question. Okay, Akshita says, how many pages should a resume be? Not Akshita, but Akshana. Okay, sorry. One page. If you have less than 5 years of experience, your resume cannot be more than one page. Okay, absolute final rule. Okay, let's move on to any other question. Which role will be the field of deep learning and machine learning? Data scientist or a machine learning engineer? Okay, project information is important, but it helps us see what type of work you're doing. Okay, absolutely. Project information is certainly important, Shaila. And if you're a career switcher, if you're an entry level, having relevant projects on your resume is going to be super helpful. And as I said, your resume should be talking only about one job role. If your resume talks about software developer, if your resume talks about data scientist, data analyst all at one time, it's not a good idea. Okay, so make sure that all different experiences and academic projects in your education, they're all sinking in one job role direction. And that's where, as I mentioned earlier, uh, this live training on project 101, that could be super helpful for you. If you guys do not have relevant work experience, relevant keywords, you can do this live training with Kunal Nayak. He is conducting this training will start on January 6th. It's not January 2nd, it's January 6th. That's where he will do three data analyst and three data scientist projects for you. And also one of the professional in our network. I think this would also be helpful for you. Her name is Usha Jagannathan. She is she worked at McKinsey for many years as an AI leader, and then she is currently working at IEEE in their AI department, and she is going to conduct a course on responsible AI. This will be a 3 week course in which you'll learn how to build AI systems responsibly, and this can boost your resume to the next level because this is the required thing in data science domain right now. So make sure, guys, to go to project101.ai and see all these live training that can really help boost your resume. Okay. Okay. Let's pick another question. Let's pick the 1 second. I want to make sure that I don't miss any of your relevant questions. Should I stop including work experience if it's not relevant and focus on highlighting relevant projects? Absolutely, Indra. Very good question. And let me give you one very relevant example. I helped a candidate find a job in the US. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Actually, Kunal was texting me for something. Okay. So, Indra, very good question. And I think this would be helpful for everyone. Uh, I helped a candidate. She worked as a tester for about 5 years in the US. And then she wanted to get into data analyst role. Her 80% of the resume was filled with software testing experience, right? And then just at the top, she mentioned that she did masters in data science and probably added one project, but 80% of her resume was related to software testing role. She can never get interview calls. She struggled to get interview calls for a very long time. When she started working with us, we reduced her 80% of that software engineering experience to just 20% part in her resume, where she mentioned that okay, for 5 years she worked as a software tester, and in that experience include some transferable skills that you worked in a team, you led a project, you worked in Scrum, Agile development, right? You did some problem solving, you did some strategic thinking. Write 2 to 3, 4 bullet points over there. But in rest of her resume, we made her go through some of the projects, relevant projects related to data analyst job role. We added that. Boom, she landed a job at Capgemini as a data analyst. Okay, super important, guys. I'm a fresher in the field now. How can I get a job in a data analyst? Pinky, very easy. Answer is your resume should talk uh, that okay, you may not have relevant work experience, but you have done enough industry level projects to get that work experience, and that's why you should get the opportunity. So the simple answer is add 3 to 4 projects that are unique and relevant to data analyst job role. Okay, when I said this word, guys, unique, okay, if you are going to do a project and add it on your resume which is available on a million other candidates resume, you know, the projects which most of the candidates do in universities, they are so common and outdated projects that if you add those projects in your resume, it's very difficult to get the interview invite. So pick projects that are unique, that are new, that are industry relevant right now. Just 4 to 5 projects on your resume. Each project should have 3 bullet points. Each bullet point, uh, I mean, not each bullet point, but each project must focus on that how you utilize SQL to solve business queries, how you clean up a messy data, how you came up with the business insights on it, how you utilize Tableau and Power BI to come up with the data visualization. And if you can also mention about that you know Python and you have utilized Python for data cleaning, that's the game, right? That's how you should do it. Cool. Should I start as a data engineer for becoming data scientist? No, Ayush, that's a bad idea. If you want to become a data analyst, data scientist, start by data analyst role and then you can jump onto data scientist, because that's the stepping stone. Data engineering is on the totally different side. Okay. How to stand out on LinkedIn from lakhs of freshers to get an internship job opportunity? Subrat, that's a great question. I want to answer it, but that answer would be very long and it requires 30 minutes of time. The short answer is build your personal brand. I'll take another session on it, guys, right? On how you can stand out on LinkedIn and probably attract inbound opportunities. Okay. But the answer is build your personal brand, guys. Stop being a job seeker. You know, when now candidates join me at High Counselor, especially those who are in the US, to become like to help, where I can help them like find a job end to end. My first task that I do with them is we build their personal brand on LinkedIn. People start getting to know them as an expert in something or as a passionate guy in something. Okay. I'm seeking a currently data scientist. See me for a great career opportunity. Absolutely, Shaila. If you're in the US, I would say apply to our program. We'll go through your profile. If that's a right fit, we'll accept you in our program. If not, then definitely you can go to project101.ai. Okay, let's see if there are one more question, and then we'll pick another resume. Okay. Uh, Sukmandeep, as I said, for entry level, the simple answer is either get an internship at any company. If you cannot get an internship, get hands-on experience on projects, and that you can get on project1on.ai. You can do that by yourself or join a live training that is starting on this coming Monday, the next Monday. Okay, let's take another resume, guys. Da-da-da. Let's take another one. So I'll pick, let me see, too many tabs open, guys. Let me close some of the tabs. And then one second. It's just too many tabs. LinkedIn. Cancel. Okay, I'm picking up another resume of Okay, I've picked resume of Sanika. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so I hope you're able to see my screen. This is Sanika's resume. Let me see if you can. I hope you're able to see it. One second, guys. 1 second. Yeah, I got confused between multiple screens, but 1 second. You should be able to see my screen now, and here I'm putting up resume of Sanika. So this resume, okay, let's understand Sanika's profile first. AI/ML practitioner, data science learner, with a brief summary at the top. One more point. Uh, Thanks, Sanika, for reminding me that. Akshita, in your resume, the summary was missing. Anyone who has more than or like 2 or more years of experience, they must write a summary at the top. Okay, it's very important to explain what you're targeting and what you have done in the past, and especially for experienced people. Entry level people may skip the summary part at 100%, but an experienced person must write summary at the top. Super important. Okay, email, phone number, Pune, and then this education. So Sanika has done BE in computer from Zeel College of Engineering, Pune, 2024. She's graduating now, honors in data science. Okay, so this is a resume of an entry level candidate with 0 years of work experience. Absolutely 0 years of work experience. Now, the first mistake in this resume is, Sanika, do not use this resume template. This formatting may not get picked up by a lot of applicant tracking system. When you apply to a job, you'll upload this resume, it may not get tracked, or the ATS system won't be able to read this resume because of the formatting, the styling at this area, it will get confused a lot. As I said, don't, don't try to be creative here. It's a very simple thing. Okay. Simply, like as I said, go to highcounselor.com, resume at the top, and then the resume builder, and simply utilize this template. It's available for free everywhere. Okay, like Akshita used that resume template, right? Simply use this resume. There is no formatting in this one. It is easily parsable. All applicant tracking system can read this resume. Okay, so first of all, do not utilize this resume template. Okay, it is not a very good idea. Second thing is, okay, good thing. Let's mention some of the good things. Your location is here, which I have mentioned last time as well, which is super important. Your portfolio link is missing. You have mentioned your LinkedIn profile link, but your portfolio link is missing. Your LinkedIn profile link is also too long. Either just hyperlink it, just say hyperlink it to LinkedIn, or make it really simple, Sanika 2456, so that anyone can search for it. You can create this URL by yourself just in your LinkedIn profile. Okay, we you don't need to mention your 10th and 12th percentage, your B education. That is more than enough. Okay, because your school time is gone, this is of no use now. Okay, you just talk about your BTech details and nothing else. Technical skills, again, you mentioned programming, data science, machine learning, libraries. This is too much. Your technical skills should be in 4 categories only: data science skills, programming tools, or other skills. Okay, work experience, data science intern for 6 to 8 in 2023, and then 3 to 4 in 2023. And then over here, your experience is not written in the chronological order. Chronological order is your latest experience comes at the top and then other experiences come in. That is first issue. Second issue is under each experience, there's rarely any detail. For example, when you say that you worked as a machine learning intern at Suvedha Foundation, it doesn't tell me what you exactly did there. As a machine learning intern, did you build a model? Did you hyper tune the model? Did you work in the deployment part? Did you work in the cleaning part? It does not tell me anything. Every work experience or internship or project that you mentioned, there has to be 2 to 3 bullet points minimum telling exactly what you did. Nothing is mentioned here, nothing is mentioned here, nothing is mentioned here. Just writing fundraising does not tell you anything. It doesn't tell me anything. After that, professional project, final year project, it doesn't tell me anything. And this project is also not related to the job role that you're targeting. Again, guys, if Sanika has to find a data analyst or a data scientist job role, because Sanika, looking at your resume at the top, AIML practitioner, data science learner, it tells me that once you graduate, or maybe now you're looking for a data scientist or a data analyst job role, I want to see relevant work experience or relevant projects along with 3 to 4 bullet points that clearly says that how you use SQL, how you use Python, which machine learning models did you work on, what machine learning or a data scientist activities that you worked on, with clear details. And each sentence should be written in this particular manner, as I showed you earlier, this sentence structure. I'm sorry to say, Sanika, and this is for everyone, right? This resume will never get picked at any good company for any data analyst or data scientist job role. Even if it gets picked up, say through a referral, during the interview, a recruiter or hiring manager would not move ahead with this resume at all because it does not tell me anything. Rather than create it in the format that I showed you and add 3 to 4 relevant projects, guys. It try to understand that when I or any other recruiter or hiring manager is looking to hire a data scientist, all they care about it whether this resume has done some work related to data science as a project, as an intern, or as a full-time professional. Okay, let's also put this resume in keyword checker. Okay, so I'll pull all the experiences and I'll go to I'll go to the resume scan tool. I'll simply paste Sanika's experience over here. I'll also copy these projects here. Okay. And I'm removing all this details. One second, and let's scan her resume for a data scientist role, right? Because she was targeting a data scientist role. Your resume is a 0% match. None of these skills, nothing is coming up there. Let's see if your resume is a match for a data analyst role. And we're just talking about keywords, guys, here, right? A lot how to write those keywords, if the projects are good enough or not, all that thing is still remaining. It's still 0%. Okay. So anyone with a resume like Sanika need to make sure, I mean, there's a lot to be done. I mean, everything needs to be improved, especially related to keywords, related to relevant projects, related to good projects being there. That is super important. Okay. So, guys, I hope it was helpful. But uh, one thing that I would like to say, and I've looked at a lot of resumes when you guys sent it out, uh, it, and I wish I could go through every resume over here. And I can see 100% retention rate. Like we had 59, 60 people when we started this session. Everybody is here. I hope it was very helpful. That's why you're sitting here, and I want to go through everyone's resume, but we don't have that much of time. But I hope you have got the idea. Okay. First of all, guys, let me know in the chat box whether this feedback was helpful to you or not. Okay. This that is super important. And I looked at a lot of your resumes when you shared it. The biggest problem is that your resume is not sinking in one direction. If you're targeting a data scientist role, maybe your project is telling something else, your work experience is telling something else, or your projects are not even saying that you're targeting a data analyst role or you worked something in data analyst role. uh, and that is very disheartening. It's very uh, I mean, I want to see a lot of people successful, but uh, it's disappointing to see that people just don't know the basics of it as well. Okay. But it's all learning. I hope if you can implement these learnings, and I will try to do these sessions like once every week, and every week it's just not me providing the same type of input, but I'll try to get my friends from who are working at Amazon, Google, Facebook, or any other big company as a data scientist, and they're recruiter over there, right? I'll try to bring them on and let them give a feedback on your resumes in a live session over here, and hopefully uh, we can bring more awareness about, because for example, the second resume that we reviewed, uh, I mean, that person can never get an interview call, never get an interview call, right? And I'm sure uh, and I'm sure that that candidate must have worked really hard in her education. uh, but when it comes to portraying her experience, she's not doing that great. The same thing is with Akshita, I can relate to your background very well, because I did BTech back in India, came to US for my master's degree. I know it's a lot of, I mean, it's a very tough situation to go through the entire master's degree, and a lot of students go that with an education loan as well. And after doing all that effort, if our resume is not right, that is the first step. Forget about cracking the interview, right? So just think about one thing: is your resume screaming loud that I am a perfect candidate for one role? Be it data analyst, be it data scientist, be it software developer, be it product manager. Is every work experience, every project saying that you have done that work related to the job role that you're targeting? Is uh, is every project unique and of high quality, that clearly shows that you have earned some work experience? If And is your resume covering the right amount of technical skills on your resume? If the answer is yes, you're certainly going to get the interview call. Okay. And Shaila, I would love to connect with you, because we have a profile of really vetted candidates. And I've helped more than 150 or 200 recruiters hire a data analyst or data scientist in the past. And I can see that you're seeking for a data scientist to join your team in Redwood City. By the way, Shaila, I lived in Redwood City for 3 years, uh, and my home was 1212 Whipple Avenue. And my wife worked in Redwood City at a company called Citrin Informatics in downtown 700. I don't know, I don't remember the street name, but right in downtown Redwood City. We love Redwood City. Uh, it's a home for us. And then we moved to Sunnyvale, and then we recently moved to Miami Beach a year ago. But yeah, would love to see that somebody is here from Redwood City. And it's a small world. So Shaila, I'll connect with you on LinkedIn. Let's catch up on a quick one-on-one Zoom call. Would love to see if you need any help for data scientists. We have a lot of candidates who have some really proven skills, right? I mean, if any one of them can land a job at a company in Redwood City, there cannot be anything better than that. Okay, awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining this session. I hope it was helpful. I am certainly going to do a lot more live session like this and will invite a lot of recruiters, hiring managers, data scientists who are currently working in the industry who can provide you some real time feedback that you can implement uh, on your resume, right, and can get better at your job search. I will certainly try to do that, and hope that all of you will be able to achieve your career goals in 2025. But for all the entry level candidates, one my personal recommendation is to certainly join the live training on 3 data analyst and data scientist projects that we are going to do on Project 101.ai with Kunal Nayak. He's an amazing mentor, right? He'll make you go through 3 projects on a very personalized note and will take your resume to the another level. On top of it, if you also want to do a training on responsible AI, I mean, Shaila is a recruiter here. She would understand the value of a candidate who also have hands-on experience on responsible AI. I mean, that will take you to the another level, and that's what we want. I mean, we want to take your job search journey to a good level. Okay, so I'll send you an email to all of you with a link of the this 3 week training that is starting on coming Monday, and I hope a lot of you would be able to benefit from it. Okay, thank you so much, Valentina, for the nice words. Thanks, Shaila, for commenting here that you're from Redwood City. I mean, my wife love everyone from Redwood City. We have a lot of amazing memories from 2019 to 2022 in Redwood City. So let's connect later on. And thanks everyone. Have a wonderful time in New Year. I know job search or work, it all gets crazy at times, but I would request everyone, recommend everyone to take out a few minutes, connect with your loved ones, friends that we have. Sometimes we don't get a chance to connect for months, for years, right? Take a pause, call them, drop them a text, or at least like write a handful note to your parents, to your wife, to your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, to your partners. This is the time to just reconnect with our loved ones. Okay. So a wonderful new year. We'll see you in the new year just in 2 to 3 days. Okay. Have a wonderful time, guys. See you.